Well, hello, good morning, fellow diamond painters. It's DP Crazy Lady. It is Monday, the 10th of June, 2024. It is 10:15 a.m. It's about 59 degrees. I woke up this morning at about 7 a.m. and it was about 50 degrees, so it was cold. I turned the heat on. June, and I have the heat on. Okay. I hope y'all had a great weekend. Mine was busy, busy, busy. I made myself busy. This is a diamond art, so I can remind y'all, it's a diamond art. It's a Randall Spangler. It is a 27.6 by 27.6 inch, or 70 centimeter by 70 centimeter. There are 55 colors and 1 AB. And it is called Curl Up with a Good Book by Randall Spangler. I started it on the 27th of May. And this is all I've gotten so far. I'm coming across. Isn't that purple beautiful? That's part of a pillow. And here's the rest of it that I did a bit of. I have been so busy over this weekend. It's crazy. I put my own self to work. I didn't have to, but I thought, well, between diamond painting and other things that needed to be done, I went ahead and did the things that needed to be done. Before I start that, before I turn the light on and start this, I did one more coaster, the pie. I think it's a peach pie, but I'm not sure. But it is sparkly. That is really sparkly. I don't think you can see as much as it is on camera. But with the light shining down on it, oh my gosh, it is just brilliant. So that's, I think, number 3 of the 8. So I do one every couple days just to break up the monotony of the squares and the rounds and then something small. I've not worked anymore on the GBFKE, The Girl, the Cat, and the Yarn. I'm going to start working on it later this evening and see how much more I can get done. I'm getting ready to start on the middle section. So we'll be heading up toward her body and a couple of the other cats. Let me turn the light on and we'll go from there. I'm working on color 550, a nice pretty purple. So, over the weekend, on, let's see, Friday, I told my daughter, I said, well, I was diamond painting, and I said, you know what, you know how you get that, like a spring fever type thing? Well, it's not spring fever, it's coming into summer, but it just felt like, okay, things have to be done. I said, well, the car needs to be cleaned out. So I took my vacuum cleaner outside, and I did a complete vacuuming job. My car is very small. Maybe I'll do a short little video of it, minus the license plate, and show you how tiny it is. Which some of you, if you know what a smart car is, you know how small they are. And so I said, you know what, it needs a complete vacuuming. And, so I went out and I spent an hour or two out there vacuuming the car, cleaning it out, getting everything taken out that was in there. And when I was done with that, I was like, oh, my back is killing me. Because I'm not used to, bending over like that and trying to crawl into small places. So I got that done. and came back in and did a little more diamond painting, and then just said, you know what, I don't feel like cooking, I don't feel like doing anything. And I think on Friday we had, I made a wrap and a cup of soup. So that's what we had on Friday. Then Saturday, I said, okay, now I did the vacuuming, so let's go out, or I'm going to go out and, what was it, wash the windows and things on the car, which was dumb because I wanted to wash the car itself, and washing the windows first was a pretty stupid thing. But I had this stuff that I had gotten at Dollar Tree by Armor that you spray on the windshields and the rest of the car, or the rest of the windows, and if it does rain or anything, it beads up, so you don't have to, it doesn't streak and run, and it makes the rain almost like a complete sheet so that you can see through it if it's storming or something. But anyway, I went out to try it because my daughter had gotten me one of those things through Temu that I think you, Craft Addict, had one. Uh, my daughter had got it for me months and months ago to wash the inside of the window, and it would bend a certain way so you didn't have to try and stretch down into the window on the windshield and stuff and wash it. Works perfect. I mean, it is perfect. So I did the inside windows. I did the insides of them. And and I didn't feel like cooking again. I just made us 2 wraps. No soup, no nothing, just 2 wraps. I wasn't really that hungry. And the weather's been iffy all weekend. It's either been, sort of sunny. It's been warm enough that every once in a while I have to turn the heat on, or the AC on, but not long enough, just enough to take the stuffiness out. So, yesterday, I thought, you know what, I'm going to get real ambitious. I'm going to go out and wash my car. Now, I don't have an outside spigot, so I have to take 2 buckets out, one with the soapy water and the other one with clear water, so that as I'm washing it, then I take a styrofoam cup and rinse the car off as I'm going, in sections. And like I said, thank goodness it's a tiny little car. I mean, I can just about reach the center of the roof from the side door. It's not a wide car, and it's not, real tall. But it is a pain. It took a couple hours to finish. My daughter did the brush scrubbing around the trim and everything, and then she helped rinse it as I was washing. So we got the car all washed, like I said, which took a couple hours. And then I said, well, I'm going to wait until it's, the car dried pretty good because the sun was out. So I'll wait till later and go out there and do, I have this stuff called Back to Black. And it's, the interior of my car is all black. And with a little bit of white trim in it, but it's all black. And you take this stuff, and it's like it revitalizes black vinyl and leather and stuff like that. So I went out there and I did the whole interior. I did the seats. I did the the dash. Well, not the top of my dash is material. but the front part of the dash where the radio and all that stuff is, I did the seats, I did the doors, etc., etc., etc. And that took about an hour or so just to do it all. And as I'm out there doing it, it decides it wants to start raining. Well, it only spit for a little bit, so it wasn't that bad, but it figures, you wash your car, it rains. You know that. So the only other thing is left to do, and I don't know if I'm going to do it. I probably won't be able to do it today because it looks like it's going to rain. I mean, it's gray out, it's dreary, it's yuck out there. So I needed to go out there. I have this spray stuff. It's like a wax, but it's a ceramic protector. Now, my car is all plastic. It's a plastic car. The only metal that's on it is the interior roll cage that's built into it, and the rest of it is plastic. So it's not going to rust. I mean, it'll rust underneath, where there's some metal, but the body itself, it will not rust. And it's made that way because it's, if y'all remember the Swatch watches, okay, the guy who created the Swatch watches where you could, change wristbands and put different colors and do different things and stuff. Well, him and Mercedes got together and they built this car. I mean, and so the parts are the doors, fenders, I mean, the whole exterior of the car is interchangeable. You unbolt, you slap another one on. It's just the way it is. I think, I can't think of the name of the company that bought into it later. Demo, so I can't think of it. But anyway, Mercedes still, they don't make them anymore, but Mercedes does, they'll fix them if you need repairs and stuff, but they're outrageous. So I get mine fixed elsewhere by people who know the car and know what parts you can interchange, like with brakes and exhausts and things like that. And the engine's in the rear. So, oops. So anyhow, that's enough of that. But anyway, so I did that, and I, did the whole interior and everything. So like I said, today I don't know if I'm going to go out there and do that ceramic spray on it or not. It just depends on how the weather is. But I came back in, and a couple hours later, I said, okay, I'm going to be making dinner. And thanks to a few of you who mentioned ribeye steak. Okay, when I was at the grocery store, I saw 2 ribeye steaks in one package, and it wasn't too awful bad, about $13 or $12 for 2, but each one was about that big. Now maybe that's small to y'all, but if I cut it in half, that's enough for my daughter and I. So it would end up being, we each had, say, a 3-ounce steak, which is more than enough because of the sides I made with it. So I have an older George Foreman grill thingy, and so all I did was salt and pepper the steak. I put it on the George Foreman. I made my mashed potato cauliflower, and we had some peas and carrots, and that steak was so tender. I thank you all so much. It was so good. Oh my gosh, I couldn't believe it. And so now I have one more in the freezer that, when I decide to when I get the craving, to have another steak, I can just take that one out. So I really, really appreciate the info as far as what steak, is good. So thank you all very much. That's very good. So I did everything this weekend except laundry, and I've got probably about two, maybe three loads to do. I have my sheets to wash and a couple blankets. And if this weather continues the way it is, I'm going to need my winter blankets. I'll tell you. I just cannot believe how weird it is. And I do have to mow grass. I was going to do it over this weekend, but after I did everything else, I was just too dang tired. I said, forget it. I'm not going to bother. There's other grass around here that's 5 times higher than what mine is. Mine isn't that high. And that we had that little bit of rain yesterday. I don't want to mess with the grass. So, and it looks like it's going to rain today. So I'll wait until another couple days and then I'll get out there and mow it. I'm not worried or concerned about it. There's not a whole lot else going on. Sorry, folks. Like I said, I hope you all had a very quiet and pleasant and uneventful weekend. I did get in some diamond painting. I was able to finish this little section here, but normally I'm a lot quicker, but I had things to do. Now I told my daughter this month, as soon as we today is a nice day, except for the fact that it may rain, and I don't want to do this in the rain, but I want to do it when the weather, or when the temps are not that high, and it's like 59 right now, so, but if it's going to rain, I'm not going to do it. I want to clean the shed. I want to get started on pulling stuff out of the shed. And I told her, it's going to happen between now and this weekend coming, because I need it cleaned out. I'm tired of fighting the other stuff to get to my lawnmower, even though the lawnmower is in the front of the shed, near the front entrance. I still got to grab her bike. I still got to grab, a few other little items out of the way. And it's like, no, that shed's a good sized shed, should not have that much junk in it. So between now and this weekend, somehow it's going to be cleaned out and done. So, like I said, not a whole lot else going on. I will get back to the girl, cat, and yarn later this evening. I do like squares, but I'll tell you, lately, it just, I don't know if it's Diamond Art squares or what, but they just don't seem to line up the way I like them. Lately, none of them are. No company, except, like when I did Craftably. But I don't know what it is about the squares anymore. And the rounds are going a lot faster, of course. But it's starting to drive me a little crazy. So that's why I can't wait to get back to the girl with the cats and yarn. I think what I'm going to do is finish up maybe at least the purple part, this pillow, and then start back on it and see where we go from there on it. So, well, I'm hoping there isn't something I forgot to tell anybody. I don't know. You know, I told you all that I probably wouldn't be making a video over the weekend, and that's what happened because I had other things to do, and I'm busy. But now when I look outside, I go, aha, the car's clean. You know, you get that satisfaction of when you clean something, and it's like, oh, you know, it's not going to stay clean for long, but at least it's clean. Because I can't take my car to a car wash. I've mentioned that before. It will not. It doesn't fit on the tracks for that kind of car wash. And when I take it to one of those ones where the car just sits and that thing goes over top of it and moves, and it doesn't catch my car. It will wash the sides of it a little bit, but it misses the rear end and part of the front end because the car is so small. So I end up coming out of the car wash with the sides fairly clean, but the rear and the front are dirty. So it's not worth spending $10 for one of those, you know. So and then when you take it down there to the those self washes, by the time you know put they take debit cards now. By the time you put your debit card in, and say you only want to spend $2-3, well, by the time you wet your car down, then you try and wash it with the soap and stuff like that. Then you try and rinse it. By that time, the machine stops, you know, so it's going to add more money and more money and more money. It's cheaper. It's cheaper for me just to, you know, it may be more of a pain in the butt, but it's still cheaper for me to just do it here in my driveway. So if I had an outside spigot, it'd be even better, but it's not like I have to do this like every week or something, so it's no big deal. So, well, I guess I've, babbled enough on pretty much nothing. If you ask me what I'm having for supper today, I cannot tell you at all. I've not even thought about it. I had my typical breakfast, which is cottage cheese and tomatoes. That's what I eat every morning. So, every once in a while I will have an egg. And maybe one slice of toast if I make a fried egg so I can, sunny side up. But other than that, normally it's always cottage cheese and tomatoes. So, I'm going to get off here and we'll see what we see in the next, the next video. One thing I noticed, I'm at 499 subscribers. I'm about ready to have a heart attack. That's like, how did that happen? I mean, that's wild. It's absolutely wild. It's, starting out with, like 10 subscribers, and I know other people in less than a year or just months, they end up with, thousands, and maybe it's because they have something more exciting, or they, have drama, or something going on. But my channel's not about that, and I'm not about that. I'm just shocked that there are those of you who still visit and comment. That's what the important thing is. The number means nothing. It's just shocking that it's there. The number, that means absolutely nothing. Because like I said, I have no intentions to ever monetize. I have no intentions of, you know, making the channel bigger than it is, because I don't care. It's not about, you know, fortune or, you know, money and stuff like that. So it's just about a small little, you know, get together on diamond painting and enjoying it and talking and diary and everything else. So that's what it is. So I'm going to get off here and finish up probably this purple area, because that's all there is, you know, just this pillow, and get back to the other one, and then when the next video you'll see, I'll be working on it. So y'all have a good day, and until I chat with you again, probably be either really, really late tonight or early, Tuesday morning. So, hugs. I love you all. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for coming. Thanks for sharing whatever you did. Happy diamond painting to you all. So, have a good one. Hugs. DP Crazy Lady. I'm out.